Everyone. What's going on, my people? We are live tonight. Got a nice little show for you tonight. I know it was last minute, but Jimmy finished work a little early, so we figured we'll give you guys some time. Got a lot to go over today, people. A lot to go over. Let's get to the shout outs first. Craig Kohler, thank you for waiting. We appreciate you. Sarax13, always much love. Gianna, much love. Thank you for holding us down. Thank you for staying in here. Southern Sky 777, what's up, brother? Thank you. Thank you for waiting. We appreciate it. Everyone, share it. Let's get this live going. It's going to be a nice little show. We got a lot to go over. Proctor just made a video. The verdict is in. We're going to go over that. We're going to go over some comments in the Jeff Nadu comment box, which was funny. Right, Mr. Jimmy? It was funny?
Yeah, it was. But I just take it not as a grain of salt. I laugh at it because I know what I did. To me, it's not something. It's like bingo. Oh, I got bingo. No, that's nothing to be proud of. But some people are sick. They really are.
Of course,
They
of
believe
course.
that makes you a better person. No, it makes you a worse person. But he's probably what they call like a wannabe. You know, he
Right.
wanted to be a tough guy, a gangster, whatever. I don't know. I don't know the guy. I don't even want to talk bad about it. If I did, I don't really mean it. But to put things out, next time, do your homework first.
That's a fact, people. Listen, shout out to Texas Joshy. We appreciate you, brother. Rationally Justified. We appreciate you once again. Thank you for being in here.
Thank
Guys,
you.
share this. Share this. All the haters, welcome to come in. Any questions you guys have about Jimmy or any doubts, he's here to answer you live. Who's man enough to answer him live? You want to know, you say he's a fraud, he's here live, standing by. We're
Answer
going to
me,
go over
please.
all of that. We're going to go over it. First things first, shout out to everybody that subscribed. We jumped up 200 followers today, which is great. We're appreciative. Matthew Cox released his interview today with Jimmy. It was on for about 2 hours, over 8,000 views, people. 8,000 views in 2 hours. It's going crazy. It's a great video. He did everything great. We love the production. Shout out to them. Shout out to Kobe for all the work he's doing. We appreciate it. What you gonna
Yeah,
do? Shout out to you. Matt Cax 2026. Sorry you feel that way.
I
Just
don't
giving
feel.
shout outs
Listen,
to
I
all the
have no
people.
animosity towards nobody. That was their opinion, and again, maybe it's my fault. I didn't come out like as soon as I got out of prison and get on a podcast. Say, hey, I'm involved in murders. I did this. No. I laid that normal life. I went through a messy divorce, and that's when it came out. When I put my daughters on the stand and she told them, how's it feel to have a father that did this, and I'm tired of talking about that. And when they asked me, I told them the truth at that point. They were 18, 7, 16, like 2 years apart, 19 months. And the little one I didn't tell. And they asked me, and at that point, I figured they were old enough to be honest with them. And I sat them down, I told them, you know, and that was it. And afterwards, they told me, Daddy, why don't you do a book? I said, I was offered to Jerry Capisi. I said decline because I always wanted to live the normal life now. I was a low life back then, whatever you want to call me. You call me whatever you want. I was not a good person. You know,
For
I
sure.
changed that. I really did. I changed it. You know that. You talk to me all day long. And that's what I want to get out there. Maybe I could help a kid, one kid, two kids. Let me tell you something. That's a pyramid that you're never getting to the top. One out of 100, one out of 1,000. And if you do, somebody's out to kill you. Somebody's out to tell on you. Kids,
Guys, thank
run,
you.
run. You put
Run
any
away,
wise guy on the
people.
phone, I'll tell them right to their face. I
Run
went to prison
away.
multiple times. The first time my boss got pinched, Vinny Palomo, Vinny Ocean, Anthony Rotondo, Anthony Capo, some cab stand guy, Beast. He works at cab stand. They all flipped immediately. The first arrest. So all those arrests I took, and all that money I gave them all those years because I earned, and everybody knows that. I feel like a sucker. I did all those times away from my family and my loved ones to protect them. But the first chance they had to come at me, and this is all documented, it's all proven now. Even Mr. Proctor come out and said everything Jimmy said is right. Okay, he wasn't sure as how many people I testified on. What the hell is the difference with that? You have 2 spoons of cheese or 3 spoons of cheese. Bottom line, we're lowlights for what we did. But don't put yourself in that spot, kids. Believe me, I'm telling you. Don't let that glamorous life going out, this, drinking, fancy girls, this. You could get that without it. I have more than that now.
Let me get into that. So one thing I don't understand is this man waited 20 something years to come and tell his story. He proved it. He sent Proctor over his paperwork. I don't know if anybody's seen his video today, but his video just came out today. He confirmed everything that was stated. We had a call with him over an hour and a half before we got off the call, 3-way. I specifically asked him myself, is there anything else that you need that is deteriorating, is sending your mind in the wrong direction? Please let us know. We will send it over. He said, absolutely not. I have everything I need. We sent it over, everything he requested, and he gave you his honest truth. He's a journalist. A lot of people I know trust him. A lot of people on Mafia Roundtable, they really trust his work. I mean, they say that he covers most of the Gottis. I don't really know, but if he does cover the Gottis, then Jimmy would be the last person he's vouching for. The last, because Jimmy at that time was an adversary to the Gottis. As you heard on Johnny A. Light's interview, he clearly said Jimmy was a wild man and he was an adversary to the Gottis. So if Proctor is one-sided to the Gottis, why would he vouch for everything he said? He did his homework. He showed everything he needed to. He read it. He's seen the docket numbers. He's seen the crimes. He's seen what he pled guilty to. He's seen what he owned. Well, some of the stuff that he owned, the feds gave him a number, which they felt at the time that's what it was worth. Everything was put in the document. Everything was in the documents, people. He confirmed it. He told the world. So basically, we're not here to say, well, we told you so, because we already knew. But understand from his point of view, who are you that he should be sending his paperwork to you? Would you send out all your paperwork to people, private paperwork, to just individuals because they want it? I'm sure you won't. Let's shout out some people in this chat because there's a lot of people in here. We have Fidel Cruz. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. The one thing I did see here was one thing about Tony Pizza. It was a little late. We didn't get a chance to go over it, but Tony Pizza is sending you some hatred your way. So I guess what everybody's saying about him, I guess
Tony,
it's
whatever
true.
I did to you, I'm sorry. That's all I can say.
At this point, I just think he's.
You could give me all the feed you want. It only helps my page. But whatever animosity you got, you could come on.
I just think he's cuckoo. He's probably homeless, like they said.
About 7 people text me. They said this guy's got no life. He's got nothing else to do. He's down in Florida. His name is Ron.
It's a fact. Let's not even give him the. Let's not give him the time of day or the publicity, because as you know, in this YouTube world,
keep going, sucker.
There you go. As you know, in this YouTube world, good and bad, it's publicity.
This new generation's going.
So let's get into a few things. We seen this Jeff Nadeau stuff. I heard him. He said basically he don't know if all your stories is true, but some of it sounds false.
And my opinion, Stevie, Brooklyn, on their behalf, when I first wrote my book, when my girls encouraged me, I wrote it under Zach Caruso. And in their defense, yes, if you Google it, it's never going to come up anything. It's a witness protection name. You think I look like a Zach? Come on.
Absolutely not.
You understand what I'm saying? So the marshals give me this name. So everybody said Zach Caruso's a fraud. Yeah, in a way, Zach Caruso, that make believe name is a fraud. There's no such person. But that was for my safety and my family's safety. Okay. So, that's what confused people. But, and not only that, I'm away 25 years. Social media wasn't as big about the mob. So nobody knew. There was one article came out on me, Jerry Capisi, ganglandnews.com. Jimmy Sirocco agreed to testify against John Gotti Jr. Because I rebutted to take firework, loan shark, bookmaker business out of his neighborhood. Yeah, I
Well,
rebutted. I
you know
still
what's
would have.
crazy? We talked about this on our first live, and this just goes to show you how people don't do their research and they just speak without even looking. Several years ago, not one, not two, maybe 3 years ago, Proctor put up a video. It was actually a short. And in the video, he's talking about John Gotti Jr. In that video, he clearly said that John Gotti Jr. and James Sirocco were fighting over territory. That was years ago. This is not something right now. This is not something that went on yesterday. He put this video out years ago. So how can anyone say that they don't know you? This video was put out years ago. Okay? I've spoke to him several times. I don't understand. Yeah, people are saying they don't see his paperwork. I don't think they understand the way this works. When your case is sealed, your case is sealed. Your lawyers give you the paperwork. They give you a copy. They mail it to your home. But that
I even gave it to him in the envelope
exist.
from 2008 when my lawyer mailed it to me. I even gave it to him in the original envelope, postmark. He even said that to me. He said, "Yeah, I see the postmark, 2008." Because I got out on bail in 05, and they sentenced me. I got the mail on my PS, all my paperwork in 2008 December. I got sentenced January.
Yes.
Certain.
Yes.
Judge
And
Garson.
another thing I wanted to go over. He actually found the article.
Yes.
He found the article himself online that clearly stated what happened. And not only did he find the article himself, but why couldn't nobody else find the same article?
Haters don't care. Haters don't care. Tomorrow they'll say that my glasses are dollar stores, which they really are. So I live in Arkansas. I live on a budget.
So let's get to a question. We got a question here.
Go ahead. Load them up.
Luan, Jimmy, were you hitting the Joker poker machines in the mid-90s? That's when I witnessed it. They sledgehammered the machine and walked out in under 2 minutes. Shout out to Luan.
I've had some done to me, but I would never sledgehammer them because I'm taking them and reuse them. The board is everything. The mechanism where you set the odds and all is underneath. But the board and everything, you sledgehammer, it's like a motor blowing. You don't pay to steal it unless you're taking it for the money, which I was. I was taking another machine because they were like back then like 1,600 plus shipping, and I just go take somebody's.
There you go, Luan.
Wouldn't break them. The cops do break them.
Let's see here. Jimmy Martin, this guy is a fake. Look at his nephew. Is something wrong with him also? I don't understand. Why are you in here? If you feel he's a fake, you feel something's wrong with me, why are you in here? Why? I don't understand. You got no life that you have to be in here fighting, throwing punches at your keyboard to diss us for no reason. We're here having fun, brother. If you don't want to be here, you know how to hit the back button. Get out.
Oh, he knows how to take it in the back. Is that what you said?
No, I said he can leave and hit the back button. Get out. You're not wanted here. It's very easy.
No, stay on. I need more promote. Come on. Hit some more buttons. Come on, girl. Come on, boy.
And you know what else I seen today? I seen it said that A-Light video was AI'd. They said it was a
On his
voiceover.
page.
It was a voiceover, they said. It's like,
He got a hold of the book writer to actually interview, and she agreed. Figured to help our book. She asked, I said, "Go ahead. I don't care." And it was like go on YouTube. It's like a whole 40-minute one under her name. That was just the clip. I wanted him confirming it. But there's a whole 41-minute one, him talking about me, my brother, everybody, wild guys. So he knew me, Mikey Scars knew me, but John Jr. didn't. But he called me that day when we had the beef.
that's a fact.
It's like,
That is a
listen, I'm
fact.
not bashing Joey Millionaire. There's no mob. There's no mob. And that's what I would have said years ago. So I take, that's the life he's living. He should say that. And you can't bash him for that.
Exactly. Remember, he's living the code.
Yeah.
That's what it is. He's saying there's no mob, nothing but respect to him. Jimmy always said what he said at that time was right. He never denied it. He never said he badmouthed him. Never, never. He basically said what Joey said was right. And that's it.
And I'll still say it. I don't agree with what I did. I mean, I don't understand why you want to hate him. I'm admitting I'm wrong for what I did, and you still want to hate. You got issues.
For
They
sure.
got
Let
help
the
for that.
haters
They
hate.
got medication for that.
What are you gonna do? Shout out to you. Let the haters hate. Yeah, that's right. Listen, we're here for you guys. We're here to have fun. We're here to promote Jimmy's story. We're here to have him in front of you. And all those people that said, hey, they exposed him, they confronted him, they think he's a fraud, he's
I
a
wish they were
liar.
right.
He's, the link can be posted. Why are you not jumping in? We're here. We've been on live for about 15, 20 minutes. Jump in, speak your piece. Tell
They're
Jimmy to his face how much he's a fraud.
They're mobologists. Come on, mobologists. You know everything. You're a captain. You're a boss. Tell me, please, enlighten this guy. I was a little guy on a pole, but enlighten me.
And to get over that too,
And they all got their face blocked. You notice that's the funny thing.
no photos. And we're gonna go through that. We're gonna go through everything today. We're gonna have fun. We've been on the high horse, we've been hanging out, we're humble, but none of us, neither me, neither Jimmy. I'll speak for me first. I've never said I'm a YouTube guru. I never said I'm a mob historian. I never said I was part of the mob, wanted to be part of the mob. I was raised around mobsters my whole life. Downtown Brooklyn, New York was mostly Italian and mostly all mobsters. I don't need to know the whole history of it. I'm not a historian host. We're coming here to have fun. We are regular people. We're on live. We're home. We had a few hours. So why not come on, enjoy it with you guys and answer some questions? It's nothing wrong with that. That don't make me a dummy or a fake or a fraud or not a mob historian. Who cares? If you're a mob historian, why don't you go write a book
Help me out. There's a
make
lot
your
I don't
own?
know. He must be in the mob museum. He might own the mob museum.
I don't understand. These people are just they wake up just with hatred in their heart,
Listen,
and
it's jealous. Jealousy.
of course.
What
Let's
are you gonna
see.
do?
One more question. Luan, Jimmy, the Russian guy you robbed on Ocean Avenue, was that the late 90s?
I would say it had to be probably 92, 93, 94 in that proximity because I was doing the horses. Remember how Proctor said from 92 to 95 he had over 50, 60 race horses. So it was in that interim time.
Got one more statement here. Compulsive liar, Tony CeeLo. Angel still says that A-Light didn't know anyone in her family. A-Light is on video at the Raven Night for hours. He showed it
Come
on
on,
the
that's
John and
that's
Gene
far
show.
fetched. That's far fetched. That's like Bert don't know Ernie. Get the fuck out of here. Go to Jenny Craig.
Go one, dude.
Good one. Go to Jenny Craig. Go to the next one. She ain't even John's daughter. She's a gangster. She was nothing but a fat slob. That's all she was in the neighborhood. Let's go to the next one. Thank you. Good question.
Next question. Dom C thinks he's the boss of all information on YouTube. Well, one thing I can say is shout out to Mafia Roundtable. They had us on. They heard Jimmy out. And as far as vouching for him, listen, you got to understand, man, nobody's going to vouch for you if they don't know you. Jimmy is a lot older than some of these people. So they probably don't know who he was, his crimes, his paperwork. Speak on it, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, even in my paperwork, it even says I don't property. I don't think he's mentioned it, and you could ask him. It said the murders was sanctioned by higher arcades of the DeKalb County Court. Was sanctioned, and the people out there, the barbologist right there, he knows what sanction means. That's what they put when you plead guilty to. You were ordered. I order you to the murders was sanctioned. Well, that's beside the point.
Got one more question here. Would you ever have spoke to John Gotti the way you spoke to John Jr.?
Well, you know what it is. The father, he's an older man, and listen, no run-ins with him. Just through Rudy, and me doing things. You knew better. He's a boss. Why would you have a run-in with him? I'm not even in his league, near his league. You know what I mean? The guy, and he was a real gangster. He might not have been as low key as the Chin, but all props to him. I gotta say, rest in peace, the guy. He went out like a man.
That I must say, he went out like a man. He standed tall the whole time, just like
Let the man
Sonny
rest in peace. Yeah,
Franchese. May he
yeah.
rest in
Come on.
peace. I mean, the man even came at his son on recording. He came at his son. He told him he's doing the wrong thing, and he left it at that. Up
Yeah,
to
but
his last day, from what I heard in the documentary, the nurses stated that he never wanted to take any medicine because he wanted to feel the pain and he wanted to aggravate their life.
yeah.
That's a man's man.
The priest come in. He like, don't waste your time. I was the worst. And he really was a thug. And as far as Sammy being mad at him and calling John around, that's wrong. Don't do
Yeah,
that. Call it like it is. The guy,
yeah,
if he got you on tape, he didn't do it intentionally. You
yeah.
know. So if John would have cooperated for it, yeah. But don't say because he talked too much. He was at a sit down. They got caught on wiretap. He didn't intentionally hurt you. You intentionally made the deal.
Anthony
Call it
Sessa,
like
what's
it
up,
is.
brother? What's up, brother? Anthony Sessa, thank you for coming in. Hold on with this. Johnny Walnut, 74. I just watched Proctor's video. He verified what you sent, but he wants to do a live video call to ask some more questions and go over the paperwork you sent. Bottom line, you're legit.
Yeah, and listen to me. It's not like I could celebrate. No, I wish he was wrong. I would have never had to do 5 years with the information. I cooperated from 2001 to 2009. They held me out on bail after I served at least 5 years in the unit. Then they put me out on bail. You think if I only had a stupid charge against me, I would have went to jail? Are they that stupid? These guys don't know nothing about the mob if they think that. If you're testifying on mob guys, and you think if you're not facing life, number one, you gotta be nuts to flip. Number two, you think you would do any time? No, no, no. Everybody knows that. Look, Sammy, 19 murders, 5 years. I did over 5 years. That's about the time they'll make you do as long as you'll get in trouble. 100% truthful, and they verify everything to the damn T. And you make sure you don't leave nothing out.
And I want to put this out there for the fans, guys, all my subscribers, everybody who's in the chat. Did you guys see Proctor's interview? What do you think about it? Do you feel
Anthony,
he's legit? Do you feel he's do you feel he's a good journalist? Do you feel he's fair? Let us
he
know.
really is. Honestly, I had second thoughts because I said, him and Angela and this, and really, I never had a beef with any of them like that. Like, go back and forth, back and forth. But it's wrong. It's wrong to put a label on somebody wrong. You know what I mean? I know I'm a cooperator, no doubt about it. But you don't make up lies. And that's the same thing Chris Colombo did. And that's why there's no reason for that.
Yeah.
Be a man. Confront the person. Come online. Say whatever you want to me. What do you want? He did it to Billy Jr. You know, and
Yeah.
that's a good boy. That's a good boy there. It was
Shout
a
out to
good.
Billy Jr. Shout out to you, brother.
Don't
Hope to
I
see
mean
you
him and his
soon.
dad? He held benefits. We all went to down in Atlantic City for the kids with muscular dystrophy or cerebral palsy. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that because everybody say he's nuts. You know. We went They did a lot for the community, Billy. He probably would have been a great boss.
Shout out to Luan. Did you ever hear of John Lennon, white heroin dealer from Coney Island who killed his black friend that robbed him? He's doing life.
No, bro, that's way. John Lennon. I was a baby when he got. What did he get killed? I don't even know. I listened to his music. I got it on my Apple phone, but I don't know.
Shout out to Jimmy Martin 055. Jim Martin. Jimmy
Honestly,
Proctor is one of the best. He does his homework.
honestly,
Absolutely
he did.
correct.
He came up with.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you how sharp he was. And I didn't bring it up. I had another case. Was it 15 to 25 in the state too? Another what was it? The conspiracy to murder or the
Yes,
shooting of Ronald
yes.
Long? He brought that up too. I didn't even bring that up yet. What? It ain't a scoreboard, guys. Put your chalkboard away. Talk and have a good time. I'll get off.
And the one thing I must say, listen, man, the man don't come on here boasting. He actually feels bad. He's remorseful to the families, and he does not want to keep putting these names out there. He wants to tell his stories, but he don't want to keep putting his name out there. Well, their name, I'm sorry, because it's not cool. You know, he wants you to understand
They
that
don't care
everything he
about the
speaks is facts.
families. They'd
But
rather get off on that keyboard than think about, you know what? He's right. That's why you got to keep rubbing it to the families, man. But again, new generation.
shout out to Kathy. Thank you so much. Jimmy's nephew, you are doing an excellent job. I appreciate that. I'm new to
I think
this,
so.
and it's okay. We're having fun. We're
And
we're we're
learning. We're
talking
learning.
to each other, you know. And guys, let me just say a little story real quick. I just want you guys to understand how this whole thing came about. I'm gonna break it down to you. So a few months ago, I'm sitting on TV. I'm a big Vlad TV supporter. I watch a lot of their episodes, a lot of their stuff. One day I pop on the TV and I see this guy, and it instantly hit me. Wow, I know this man. Mind you, I haven't seen Jimmy in over 20 something years. So clearly he's older. Clearly I had like a different vision because it's been a while. You know, that's just what it is. People age and it's okay. Don't worry about it, Jimmy. You're good. But I seen him on Vlad. I called up my family and I said, "Hey guys, you know, do you know this person? Because I think it's
The
Uncle
fe-
Jimmy,
the
right?"
feds put in the street that I was dead.
I said, "I think it's Uncle Jimmy, but this whole time from 20 years ago, everyone told us he passed away in jail." So that's what we went with because we didn't know. So when I seen this Vlad TV interview, I looked at it, I watched every episode, and once I got to the second episode and I heard the stories, I knew exactly who he was. Not by recognizing him, not by, you know, what he was doing, or I knew him by the stories he was telling. Why I knew that? Because I was there for some of them. I didn't know their names, but I was there. I've seen it. I was a kid at the time. I remember when he ran in a club and did a shooting in the middle of everyone. I was there when he got arrested and the cops took him down. I believe it was in Park Slope, Brooklyn. I wasn't there for the 5 Carroll Street beatdown, but I did hear about it. We also knew he was in a coma. So, guys, we're going to go back to it. Now I see him on this Vlad TV interview. I reach out to him through Facebook or one of those apps, and I said, "Hey, is this Jimmy such and such?" You know, he reached back out and he said it was him, and I was like, "Wow, this is crazy." So I reached out to my family once again, and I said, "Hey, it's Uncle
He's
Jimmy.
alive.
He's alive."
I came
So
back.
listen to what my family tells me. They tell me, stay away from him. He's trouble. Mind you, this is the Jimmy that they knew 20 something years ago. Okay. I decided to reach out to him. He was ecstatic. You know, we reconnected. I drove out to Tampa for the Matthew Cox interview. I was there on set with him. I think you have a picture up. That's how we reconnected. So, people, to say that we found out when you found out 20 something years, he's being a parent to his three daughters. He's a
Single.
family man. He's a single father. And as you can see, he's doing a great job. So why promote the ugly, but not the good? I don't understand that. Let's get back to the questions, people. What do we got here? I haven't watched it yet. Dom likes to take those baseball pats. Oh, man. What's in his dirt box? What do we got here? Shout out to Lou. Everything Jimmy says is true. When a local junkie turned informant, the feds put up a huge graffiti piece, rest in peace, with his name to mislead people that he was dead. There you go.
Well, he told my family members, they told the agents, if anybody asks you, they just say, the last we heard, he died in jail. We haven't heard from him. So nobody would bother them. That's why that got out. See, nobody was deceiving them. They were worried about my safety. That when I got out, somebody would try to retaliate.
For sure. And I'm sure that's like that for everybody else who cooperated. And
That's
let
why
me
I got
say
the new
one more
name.
thing. About your about you and taking the stand and having to, put other people away. Speak on that.
There's not one person, and I'm not saying I didn't sit with the government, so let's not get that straight. I'm not saying I didn't cooperate. There ain't one person could say I testified on them. Not one. When I came in at that point, the whole Jersey crew, Vinny Ocean, all the way down, Anthony Cap over time, they all flipped. They just, I wouldn't cooperate. George Hanna, you could ask the head of LS Crime. He said, no, please don't ask me that. They even went to my sister, my son's mother. We're gonna seek the death penalty. Like I'm thinking for a mob hit. No. And I said, listen, Donna and Jody, I said, please just go anyway. I says, take my son. I love him to death. I'll call you. I'll send you as much as I can. And I was going to trial because I said, you know what? At least let them earn me. I did a dozen pinches for this family. And some of them was for my stupidity too. So, and I never once. Then the first time they get pinched, I was in jail Christmas time. Rudy would send me when I was away, but he's not around no more. But the rest of them, Christmas time, not even a card. You got homeless guys in jail. Well, I got more mail than me. This is the people I'm going to stand tall and do 20, 30 more years on top of the 15, 16 I got in. Meanwhile, they're not handing me no big money. I'm handing them the money. First time they put the bracelets on them, they flip. Like Joey Molino says, oh, these guys, first time they put the bracelet. Yeah, it took 12 times for me. It took my boss to bring me down.
And that's one other thing I wanted to elaborate on. You know, in Jimmy's situation with the testifying, right? Let's slow this down for the people that really don't understand. Who would he have to testify on if the boss of the family, it don't get higher than the boss of the family. If the boss of the family is an informant, who is Jimmy testifying on? The boss of the family flipped
They
before he did.
they did have me on the list to testify on John Gotti Jr. I was on the list. But you know what? They didn't even use me. They had all his guys around him. And then in 99 and 2000, he could say whatever he wants, everyone else. He got 302's public news. And I'm not going to pull them and show them. I don't want that. But I don't want
Yeah.
no arguments. Tomorrow I'll hear something new. Then I'll pull them and show them, and I'll blast them all over. I ain't going to go there. He shot with the feds in 99 and 2000 or 2001. I'm not exactly sure what year. I don't want to make a mistake. He shot with Ted Otto, head of the Gambino squad. Okay. I heard he tried to name his own deal, this, that. No. But meanwhile, Queen for a day, you tell all of your crimes. They can't use your testimony, what you said. But if I say me and Brooklyn robbed this can of Coke, they're going to turn the heat now up on Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So you're a rat one way or another.
And let's
So ain't
make it
nobody
clear. I didn't rob the Coke. Okay?
exactly. No, I
Please.
paid for
I
this.
didn't rob
Oh
the I
no, my
didn't rob
daughter
the
bought it.
Coca-Cola. It wasn't me.
And
I'm
then where's
innocent.
the lady with the sausage and peppers? I've been thinking about it all night.
Shout out to Gianna. We coming soon. We will be there. Have the plate ready. We will be there.
Out
Let's
here, they don't
see.
have good sausage. They don't have good sausage.
Dan Herman, Dom shot 5 times and missed. It's my
But
turn now. I have no clue about that.
I heard something talk about online, but then he said the guy got killed, so the mission accomplished, I guess.
But wait, actually, Gene said he hit 2 times. So
Oh,
I
did
don't
he?
know. I don't
I
know
don't
what they're
know.
talking about.
I didn't know Dom in the street. I didn't know Gene. Gene is about 40. I'm 62, so you know. And I spent 17 years in prison. But Gene was a wild kid, though. And hey, Dominic rose to second in command. Props to him.
Shout out to Dom. We like your content. We appreciate it. Actually, I believe we're going to be doing something next week. We're going to be going back on Mafia Roundtable next week. So tune into that. Uh, I
We
guess
had a
he's going to
ball.
ask Jimmy some questions. We're on them all. Listen, people, we got a lot going on, man. Let's just elaborate on that a little bit. We got several podcasts coming up. We got Johnny Mitchell coming up soon. We got I believe it's who else we got? Man, I got to look in the calendar, but we got several coming
Oh, we
up.
got the Gary Jenkins. He did it the other day. He said he takes about a month. He's a retired detective, and he understood everything, how things are sealed. It was really easy to talk to him, because law enforcement, how it was sealed. And just so happened, he had one of the guys that we spoke to today that we might have on the show. He was in the Wits in KC. And when we were talking on the interview, I'm pretty sure he dropped his name. So he
Yeah.
wants to come on, so we'll see.
Larry Mazza, shout out to you. We're looking forward to doing things with you in the near future. Jimmy, when you dumped the body at Jamaica Bay Riding Academy, that was slick. It was a business with a private exit off of the Belt Parkway, a very quiet
Oh,
place with zero traffic, off hours, sneaky.
yes.
How many scam coins did you buy, Tommy? Shout out to Serax13. Brooklyn. Gianna asked Jimmy about the same district. She loves swag. She asked Versace, Armani, or Gucci. What do you like, Jimmy?
I'm getting old for that. No, if I had a probably Armani or Versace. I mean, they're all good. I mean, I'd hate to support you. You got good taste. Yeah, Armani. I used to wear Armani suits. But Gucci's I thought more girls. I don't know.
I'm a Versace guy myself. I like Versace people, but maybe it's because I'm a little younger.
Armani was more in my day, though. You got to remember the 80s and 90s. You know, I know it's ancient. Say it.
What do we got here? How did Ralph Garino look like? There's no surveillance or any photos of him online. Shout out to John C1231. We appreciate the question.
It's easy to describe Ralphie. Matter of fact, he was Ronald Holmes's godfather. Ralphie was approximately 5'6". He owned a lot of real estate downtown Brooklyn when he came out of jail. He took all his money he made, I guess, before he went away. When he got out, he bought up half of South Brooklyn, and you know how it rose.
Yeah.
And he was about 5'6", bald. He always ran around with a guy named Denny Holmes. He was very good like construction wise. Like he'll buy rundown houses, South Brooklyn, refinished them. He had to leave all that. I heard the Fed hired a real estate agent and sold everything for him.
Yeah.
So he's somewhere sitting pretty, believe me. He bought that place on Fifth Avenue and 20th Street. Used to be Toto Marino or Toto Marino's place. He built an underground apartment down there. And he would let me use it to do the bookmaking. He had cameras, you could see who's coming down the stairs, and he had an iron gate. So and then he had a sewer there, like hole, where if you had to flush something right away, you'd take a bet, they kick the door down.
Throw
You
it.
know, they gotta shut the sewer system, the whole block off to get, you know. So Ralphie was smart. I'll tell you, he masterminded the World Trade Center thing with a guy named Sal from 23rd Street. Sal went away, he did about 3, 4 years. Sal, I heard, stood strong. He worked there and he kept knowing that once in a while there'd be these big scores coming into the World Trade Center, big amounts of money. To them, it's scores. And Ralphie used to bring it up and talk about it, but he talk a sheep. And then when I was in Fort Dix, I heard about it. And when I came home, I seen Ralphie. He's like, this is like after a couple of months, but I haven't seen him the whole time I was home because I was on work release. No, halfway house on Myrtle Avenue, Myrtle and Troop by the Bossy Projects, right across the street.
Yeah.
And I see Ralphie, and he's like, "Stay away from me, kid. You'll understand why. I love you. Stay away." So I'm thinking this kid, either that or he thinks I'm bad. Or, I don't know. I'm walking away like discombobulated. Like, what's wrong with this guy? 3 days later, my ex told me, hey, it's all over the news. They just locked up a bunch of the Cavalcantis. I'm ready to put my pants on and run. I think I'm coming. No, it was Ralphie Guarino. After he robbed the World Trade Center, he got caught. George Hanna turned him into a street informant. So he wore a wire on Vinny, Anthony, everybody. That's when they got caught talking about the Sopranos. You're so and so. If you go to YouTube, guys, you could public news since 1999. They're on there, 2000 maybe, and that's how they start. And really, everything compares to the Sopranos. Even the FBI agent that went on Hollywood Wade show, he said the similarity is unbelievable.
Yeah, it was definitely a good show. And you just answered one of the questions for somebody in the chat. I'm sorry, I posted it before. We didn't get to answer it. He asked what family you was a part of. He was a part of the DeCavalcante crime family. He just answered it. So we got a question here. After Junior had you attacked, were you able to return to Howard Beach? Did you ever see him after?
I returned. Yeah, we after we got it all settled. Wild Bill put his word in, and Joe Messina put his word in. The kid, what are you kidding? The kid's a stand-up kid. You almost killed him, and he wouldn't tell on you. Why do you want to give it to a kid like that? You know what I mean? Like they don't make them like that no more. But it wasn't about that. When you're juiced up on steroids and your daddy just got life and he hands you the reins to a horse that you can't control, he thought who the fuck he was. Well, bottom line, there ain't no sugarcoating shit. Why didn't he come after me like I told him? Come on, do what you gotta do. Why do you have to set other? Why couldn't he come? He won't answer. He'll say he don't even know me now. But meanwhile, it calls me to Michael D'Ambrosio or Joey D'Ambrosio around the corner of my father's house. Jimmy, can you come around the corner? I need to talk to you. But he don't know me.
Tommy Dimes. Jimmy,
What
what
am I
the F
doing?
are you doing in Arkansas? I'll kill
Love it.
myself.
Love it. I have a beautiful home, beautiful businesses. I live a normal life. I'm done with that. Like I told you, I took a dozen pictures for that family. I got shit out of it. When I came home, I lost half my customers. No. The first time they got pinched, they gave me up. I said, you know what? What am I, a sucker? What am I, a lollipop? Fuck that. If your job closes down, what would you do?
Me personally, I I would listen, I would do the
Where am
same
I gonna
thing.
go? People
Um,
were looking at me when they brought me in on the extortion charge because of Vinny and all that. Vinny said that I tried to extort Jimmy Maciato. I just drove by the guy's house. but I brandished the gun with 4 guys. It was me alone. So that was just to get me in and show the court papers. We're going to go with this. We're going to do this. We're going to do that.
Yeah.
And they would, no doubt about it. They had all the ammunition they needed at that point. They had a line of guys testify on me. I still stood strong. I waited 6 months. Joey Flowers on my floor, if anybody knows him. Lucchese got captured. He come over, chose the newspaper. Vinny Palermo was singing to the feds while in the street. So now, the little time I said, I'm wired. He was wired. I don't know who else was wired. And then as soon as they locked up Anthony Capo, he flipped. And Victor Chip flipped. Anthony Rotunda, the captain, flipped. It was like a domino. 40 something, maybe 32 flipped.
Yeah.
Where am I going when I get out? I'm going to do 20, 30 years if I get out. If I stay strong and do my time, I come home at 65, 70. And hopefully somebody's there, because I ain't getting no damn job at 65, 70. What choice
I mean,
did
at
they
that
left me?
point, you're 70 something years old. If you don't catch any other cases in there, I
Exactly.
mean, there's a lot of ifs. And once again, the boss of the family flipped. Who else
And
are
I'm
you
not
gonna?
justifying what I am. Let's get that clear. Like some people justify why they did it. No. Worst thing I could have did, I was supposed to take my medicine. But you know what? At that point, I seen everybody going home. Am I gonna hold those balls and say, you know what? I'm a stand-up guy in an 6x6?
Yeah.
I don't.
So let me ask you, Jimmy, while you was in there, was there anyone sending you money? Anybody holding you down while you was
I
in there?
gotta give Chris Colombo props when I went to Fort Dix when I was keeping it real. When I got arrested with Nikki and Lenny on that case, Chris was sending me money. He did look out for me.
Shout out to Chris
Well,
Colombo on that.
yeah. No, I told you I'll call it all like a spade, but they should do the same thing. That's all I'm saying. And
And
you'll
that's
see how
another thing. Yeah. Yeah,
much
for
better
sure.
this whole thing would be if everybody talked about the past, had a good time. People would like to come in and enjoy. They can't come and enjoy because they yell over each other, drama. What about him? Did he rob that bank? Oh no. Hey, we're all
Yeah,
rats.
yeah,
Whether
yeah.
you ratted on the guy that robbed the pizza or you robbed the guy that killed somebody, you're still a rat. So
Let
guys,
me
get
tell you
over that.
something. Let me tell you something stupid I heard today in the comments. So somebody said, well, Proctor confirmed that there was only 2 people that was offed. This is the stuff that we hear in the chats.
But I
Like
clarified about the
how
third one.
But well, it's not the point about how many. I'm just saying, look how stupid his question or statement is.
That's the only thing you can find notes on. Everything else is sealed. Like the other one when the brother paid, that made it federal right away.
Yeah,
And of course, like I said, it was sanctioned. You know, what does that tell you what is sanctioned? You were ordered to do it.
yeah,
But again, I don't have to prove shit no more. And this is probably the last day we're going to talk about this. And if
for
they don't
sure, for
like it,
sure.
they could click and I
Well,
won't
we
lose
might we might
this
have
much.
James Proctor on at one point. We might
Love
have
to.
him on. We would love
Straight
to
shooter.
chat. He's a very fair guy. I just think he's a great journalist when it comes down to mafia stuff. That's just me. But once again, I'm no mob historian.
He
Okay,
was able
make
to
that
read that
very
paper
clear.
better than me. He was able to read that paper better than me about second racketeer charge, third racketeer. I just said the one. I didn't know.
I
It's
guess
like,
I guess I'll answer this. It's easy. Just post your paperwork. No one will fully believe until that happens.
okay, you know what, tough guy, why don't you show your paperwork or talk about who you are, okay? Because I know who I am. I know who I am. So don't be an internet gangster. Come on. You might as well just be a rat. Come on over. Come on. You want me to get you signed up? What's your name? What's your name? Jerk off 802-282. Yeah, come on board, jerk off.
I mean, think about it.
I'm
Why
gonna
would the
put my
man post
personal
his
information for
documents?
you. Are you on drugs?
I think he went above and beyond.
I don't
Everybody
even.
spoke and said
I
they
don't
trust
even.
Proctor. They like his journalism. So the paperwork was sent over there. He did his review. He don't have to send 60 pages of his files. He knows what he
Shut
went
this
to
fucking.
jail
I wouldn't even.
for,
I tell him
what
go
he
fuck
pleaded
himself.
to. I mean, you guys sound real stupid at this point. But back to it.
Listen, they're probably a victim.
Jimmy, be easy. You got this. Like your old horses. Oh, that's what's up. I see you watch the video. I see you watch the video. I see you watch the
I
video.
love
Oh,
the
guys,
horses.
what I wanted to say, I wanted to bring up one thing. I'm gonna be going next week to Arkansas. Don't ask me why, but I'm going out to Arkansas. I'm gonna meet up with Jimmy out there and put some ones in the chat if you want to see this. Ones in the chat if you want to see this. We're gonna do a Mafia Cribs edition and show Jimmy's home. We're gonna show his land. We're gonna show his food. So he better make sure he cleans everything up because we're coming in there with the cameras and we're gonna expose him.
Well, you know, Chris Colombo said I was broke.
Yeah. Well, look, let's
Well, you
go
see
over
my
that.
home, folks. I want you to judge, but I know the haters will say he don't own it. But you know my name, my witness name. You could Google it. Don't be get to your computers because we know you don't have girls if you're living on a computer trying to belittle people. So you know you couldn't get a girl.
And let's go over that. So we'll go back in time. Mr. Chris Colombo said that Jimmy Easy was broke. So the paperwork was released today. In the paperwork, it stated
95 alone. I own
right from 94
393,000.
to
Good
95.
horses.
Jimmy Easy owned 60 horses in
Race
order
horses.
race horses.
Meadowlands, Monmouth Park, Atlantic City, Aqueduct, Belmont, Public News, haters.
I mean, so how can he be broke in the 90s and he owns 60 horses, a luncheonette, a few other businesses? How is that possible? So I say that to say this. Is he going to come on and say, hey, listen, it was my mistake? Are they going to be the man to say, hey, listen, I gave them the wrong information. It was my mistake. Even with the murder cases, clearly he tried to downplay everything, and Jimmy's not boasting about it. But since you gave the wrong information to Mr. Proctor, are you going to be man enough to come on or even make a video on your own and say, hey, listen, you know what? I was wrong and I take it back? Because clearly you just heard Jimmy give you your props saying that, you know, you sent him money while he was up there doing his time in Fort Dix. You know, are you going to be the same man? We've been live for 52 minutes, people, and we don't see not one hater or anyone that says they exposed Mr. Jimmy Easy asking for the link to tell him face to face so he can prove it. No one.
Hey, the name of the horse was Disaster Master. The guy wrote Master Disaster. No, it was Disaster Master. That was one of my my stables.
Disaster Master, people. Jimmy, do you know Harry Vessels or Harry Wessels from Arkansas?
Sounds common, the last name. Out here, there ain't no Italian names. Let's get that straight. You got, you know, the Joneses and this. As a matter of fact, when you get out here, I got a pair of overalls for you.
Never.
No,
Never.
So, no, you don't have, no, don't sound. Jimmy, you got any horses for Joey Molino to ride? No, he's retired. He was a jockey. You got to give him props. You know, he didn't set records, but he was a jockey. You got to give him that.
Oh, you know what else I wanted to ask you on? So we got some news the other day. I guess they're going to be doing some kind of TV show. I don't want to speak and, you know, not know what I'm saying, but I did hear that they're going to be doing some kind of TV show. They're filming in one of the mob hangouts out there. How do you feel about that?
Me?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the cooperators or the guys keeping it real?
No, I'm talking about Joey Merlino and I guess his crew down in Philly. They're going to be doing some kind of TV show. They're recording from what I understand. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about the new
God
age
bless him.
mafia going in and doing TV shows? And how do you feel?
Hey, God bless him. That's just it. Listen, listen. Anytime a guy's going uphill, good God bless him, because that's how I look. And I'm not gonna start preaching or nothing. I go to church, and I realize, you know what? This is the real life for me. And I'm not trying. I did not say I found God to flip. No, I flipped on my own decision.
Yeah.
Okay, I found God when I came out. I started taking my girls to church, and I love it. So how do I feel about it? Good. Congratulations.
Shout
You
out
know,
to
it's like
them.
you, yeah, like if you got a promotion, what may I say to you? Congratulations. That's the right thing to say. But the haters will say, Joey Molino did this, and I don't know what he did, but you got to congratulate him for his new business. That's my opinion. But like, I don't expect him to congratulate me because I'm a cooperator and he's not. That's what these people got to understand. Unless he did cooperate, which I don't think so.
Shout
But
out to them. How did you get the nickname Easy? Was it by making money the easy way? Good one, Luan. Appreciate that.
you know, I told Brooklyn this months ago. I said, you know what? The biggest question I know they're going to come at me, which I did get it a lot, and uh, and I never told nobody. So now this is the first time I'm really saying this. What happened when we went to do a stupid little jewelry store, and there was a gold charm in there, and it said "easy." And I had one girl I was dating. You say, "You're probably so easy," and I said, don't say you hurt my feelings." I was sir. Sure enough, the day, Ross, she easy. I said, "No, this is an omen." I started wearing it. People could start calling me in it. And they said, "What is it? You're easy to tick off? Are you easy? You make money easy?" I said, "I don't know. It stuck." That's how I got the name. I robbed the jewelry thing score and that diamond thing in there easy. And then I had one made up for my bracelet, and I just stuck with it.
Shout out to Tony Sinatra. Easy. Did you know Charlie the Hat? They're saying he's the number one guy in the DeCavalcante family right now. Thank you for
You
the
talking about?
question, brother.
He's talking about Charlie Majuri, correct?
Is that the right last name? Let me know in the chat, people. Let me know in the chat if that's the right last name. We're
Is he
gonna
from
jump
Staten
ahead.
Island? Charlie Majuri? They tried to kill him.
Jimmy, what's your favorite full course Italian meal?
Veal Parmesan with
Mm,
rigatonis. Some
mm.
pecorino romano on top. Mm, that's it.
Oh man, we need to eat after this. Shout out to you. Thank you. What you're gonna do. We appreciate your question. Fidel Cruz. Jimmy, do you hang in Bensonhurst often? If so, what years?
I stood not really see. I was the type of kid I hung out with older guys always, like from Bedford, the Cropsey Lounge, Frankie Giuliano. He was a great guy. We did things together, but it's that story's up. I don't care. And hung out with him. Hung out with Danny. That was Don Rickles' agent's nephew. Jilly. Matter of fact, he
Yeah.
was with Sinatra too. I hung out with him. See, I hung out with older guys. Always did. I didn't hang out on corners. I was never a kid. Now I used to hang out at Centerville Park as a kid,
Yeah.
but I kept getting in trouble in Centerville Park. And when I lived there, I was like, not in trouble. Like the cops would come by, run us off, get yelled at by my father. Then I got caught with a stolen car. So that's when my parents pretty much stopped me.
And let me tell you guys, man, I can only speak on what
Brother
I
man,
know.
thank you for finding me
We're
through
gonna get
Proctor.
into that. Hello, Mr. Easy. I am a big fan of Mr. James Proctor. That's how I found you. Shout out to Daniel Williams, Y6P. We appreciate that. But let me say one thing. When I was a young kid, about maybe I was definitely in my 10, 11, 12, around there. My memory is not as good as his. This man was a menace to society. That's an understatement. So we're just gonna leave it there. He was one of those type of people where when he came around, everybody just wanted to go home because we already knew that it was gonna be something, whether it's gonna be a fight, whether it's gonna be a shooting, whether it's gonna be a bat, whether a car jumping over a curve, something was gonna happen. So we all just went home and waited for him to leave at some point. Uh, let's just go back here. Oh, thank you guys. You want to see the home edition? Yeah, we're definitely going to film it. We're going to film it. We're going to show it. We're going to show how broke Mr. Jimmy is.
Send me
We're
a
going
friend
to,
request. Zach Caruso. It's up for sale. I'll sell it to you.
yeah,
I'm
his
gonna
house is actually going to
downsize.
be on the market soon.
My one daughter just bought a home, and my other one is getting ready to go to college. So it'll be just being a little one. So I'm gonna downsize. I mean, it's got 7 bedrooms. The hell am I gonna do with this thing? It's just hard to keep clean and manage.
Yeah, and I'm not cleaning when I get there. I tell you now. Shout out to Serax13. Jimmy, anything on Big Ange? Did you know of her uncle? Did you know her or her uncle? Sorry about that.
Oh, Gene, Peter, which uncle? I
Which
knew the I
uncle?
knew
Throw that in the
I
chat,
had
people.
a
Which
problem
uncle?
at the La Bella Rita, and I had a fight with the next table. These guys, there was always a thing going on. And Peter sent for me and my father. My father played cards with all of them, knew them all. We used to own Howard Beach Deli, Howard Beach Pizza, right in the neighborhood. So we knew them all.
Shout out to Tony Sinatra. The name he was talking about was Charlie Stango. Charlie
Yes,
Stango.
that's right. He's a different guy. I thought Charlie Majuri. Did you hear the name Charlie Majuri? He lives with his mom in Staten Island. Who went to kill him? Anthony Capo. They pled guilty to conspire to kill him. Rennie sent him to kill him, but not Charlie Strand. I'm talking about Charlie Majuri.
Yeah.
What's this?
Shout out to John C1231. Did you ever hear any stories about Virgil Alessi? He was a Decafficante member from Queens.
Name sounds familiar, but I don't recall no stories. It really does sound familiar, but I don't know.
Shout out to them. Benny Blanco, W8R. Hi, Jimmy. Did you know Remy Sierra?
Yeah, Remy was a tough kid, good kid. He beat the shit out of Anthony Capo. Anthony Capo stabbed him. Remy's a tough kid. He didn't care that Anthony Capo was a wise guy in Staten Island. What was the name of that club in Staten Island? It was in a shop and said they hung out with. And Remy took no shit. And I seen Remy on Facebook. He looks good. I was away with. I did time with Remy. We were in MCC together, MDC together. We were in the Woodsack together. I mean, yeah, I did time with Remy.
Shout out to Remy. Shout out, brother.
He looks good too. Let me tell you, he looks like a movie star.
Paul Carley, H32. Do you know any different stories about Sammy the Bull?
No, yeah, no, I don't. I don't really don't go there. I don't really, nothing really that would interest you.
There you
You
go.
know, I went
This
to
is a
Oak
good
Farm
one
Park.
here. This is a good one. Shout out to BTT626. Jimmy, what year were you dealing with Whitey Bulger?
I would say the early 90s, maybe. Jack knew him for years. And Jack would bring like jewelry they got little stamp marks on all jewelry. You know what I mean? When it gets on a hot sheet. So Jack would bring everything up to him. So did I know him? I didn't know him, but I met him.
And guys, he said that in many other interviews. You know, people
He
blow it
was
up
not
and
across
say,
it.
"Oh my God, he don't know Whitey Bulger. He don't know this." He's not saying that he went and ate with the man. He's saying that they did some scores
Well, we
and
did get,
they didn't
wait,
want to
hold on
sell
one
them in the
second. Wait,
area.
not this back up. We did get a lobster roll while we were there.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go.
Jack
See, I
had to
didn't
have his
know about
lobster
that.
roll, and I was like, yeah. But again, we're talking. Oh, this is good. Yeah. Does that make you? I mean, I'd feel better if I met a priest.
Yeah.
I mean, these people.
Jimmy, I know your relative Andrew Di Donato. Shout out to Benny Blanco once again.
Yeah. How's he doing? I you're talking Angelo Di Donato, not Donato. Di Donato, right?
Is that who it is in the chat? Let me know
Yeah,
if
yeah,
that's
yeah.
who
Di
it is.
Donato. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell him I said hi. Tell him to give me a shout out.
Guys, hit him up on Instagram, Jimmy
I love
underscore
No Qualms
easy
Podcast.
underscore Sirocco. Follow him on Instagram. Follow him on TikTok, Jimmy underscore easy underscore Sirocco. Hitman Tells All book in Amazon right now. $16.99 for the book, $5.99 for the hard copy. Last week we actually sent, well, we're going to be giving one free in person to Serax 13. She had the best question. Shout out to her, but she wants the book delivered and signed in front of her over dinner. So we will be there hopefully soon. Let's see. Whitey Bulger was a serious lowlife. I don't know anyone who had a kind word to say about him. Men from Boston or anywhere, he was selling out Italians to the feds. He's a
Oh yeah.
he's a disgraceful person. Shout out to you. Your name is
He
pretty
was,
long, but we're just gonna say the 3-6. Shout out to
you're
you, brother.
100% right. He was playing both sides of the fence. And if there was an agent called Connolly, I believe, a guy named Cadillac Frank from Boston, Frank Salemi. I think maybe Bobby Louisi. He might have told me he was gonna. They were gonna take. So Frank Salemi was supposedly the boss of Boston or whatever, or Bob, whoever it was. And I was with him in Otisville, and we didn't talk because guys told me he was meeting with the feds in the visiting room. So one day I stopped talking to him and you know, and he walks, stops in the middle. You know, he's a big, tall guy, grouchy old man. He's like, I know what you guys are thinking with this tissue. You think I'm a rat because I sat with agents. And I went like this because that's how I felt. That's the life I lived. And he said, but let me tell you something. I'm bringing an FBI agent down, and I'm getting two guys freed off of death row. That was his excuse. But everybody shelved him. So I told him, and then he started yelling, and you, who are you to fucking question me? I said, hey, Pop, go fuck yourself. You're his old man. What am I do, right? Th- Days later, he was gone because nobody on the compound would talk to him in Otisville. And this was like Georgie Conti was there, Anthony Lanza. I mean, these are guys I was with. They're heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Georgie Conti took 22 years like this. I was with him there.
Shout out to him. Tony Sinatra, Jimmy, what guys from Elizabeth, New Jersey, from the Decaficantes you used to deal with?
When I would drive Rudy out there, I met the Eagle, Riggy. I met Jake before he died. Where everybody went out there. You know, he was dying of stomach cancer. If you watch The Sopranos, same thing. And Steve. Now I read online, he's the consigliere now, or under boss. But again, this is what I hear.
Yeah. Guys, if you know anything about that, throw it in the chat. Throw it in the chat.
Yeah.
Another question, Benny Blanco, Jimmy, did you get along with Anthony Capo?
Yes, but Anthony, Anthony, what if you'd have called Anthony? He was the type of guy. Anthony, I need your help right away. Got balls of steel. But he didn't earn a quarter. And I don't mean to knock him. Nice guy, good-hearted guy, but it's what could you do for that guy? So you know, you have your broke best friend. Anthony was that, and you know, we go to Peter Luger's like every Saturday. We all go out to eat. Joey Carr, Hookie, Rudy, Carlo. We all go down to Embers, Lumpkins. That's where Chris got slumped at. We go down there and we eat lunch every Saturday, you know,
Yeah.
and he comes sometimes and we all chip in like 30 each towards the bill. Hookie will collect from everybody. And he couldn't even put that. He was Rudy's pit bull. Like there was a guy in Ember Steakhouse. I was away. And Rudy went to park his car. Embers you park across the street. It's a private parking lot. And there's a kid there with a jacket, valet or whatever. And somehow, I don't remember the story. It's 30 something years. Rudy got to an argument with the kid. And the kid mounted off to Rudy, go fuck yourself or whatever. So Rudy calls Anthony Capo and them, and probably what 3, 4 guys when they beat this kid. I heard bad. Yeah, that's what Anthony was good for. Anthony did not pay nobody. He had the worst reputation, just paying people. That was just his. He got them caught on that murder hit. I could go into that. That's a whole nother story. And that's the murder hit. The FBI Seamus says dismantled. 25 guys went down for that one murder that John sanctioned
Yeah.
all the way down. And the Cavalcante took care of it. But Capo's the one that told on it.
Shout out to Saudi in the house 4050. I want to hear about Jimmy's new life, his ventures, car dealership. I got Shamrock Auto Brokers.
Where he's located at? I heard that name, South Surveyor.
Let us know where you're
Well,
located.
anyway, I'm in a used car business. I work with banks. I send them over just like your dealerships do. I sell warranty gap. I've been in business 15 years in one location. That's one location. I love the car business. And then I'm also involved in those portable buildings in the backyard, carports, and they're called Dirksons. They're in 21 states. You can buy them like Carvana online. I'm exclusive Northeast Arkansas on me. I
Shout
signed it.
out to Jimmy. He's once again, I mean, I don't know if you guys joined a little late. He's a single dad, 3 beautiful girls. That's his life. I speak to Jimmy about, and I hate to say this, but I speak to Jimmy about 13 to 15 hours during the day. This is him all day long. Working, father, working, father, and sometimes giving me a headache. So let's just put that there. Did you know Corky? Kevin
Corky,
Winesoff. Thank you so much.
I'm glad that you asked that question, Kevin. You're talking about Corky Vestorta, correct? He should have been in charge instead of Diamato. That's what I believe. Diamato got killed because they wanted Corky in charge. I said it in my book, and you hit it right on that. That's who you're talking about. Corky Vestorta. Is that correct? Is he is?
Let us know in the chat if that's correct. The
Yeah.
bro 1102. I know you're
They
saying we're
put the
missing a lot
wire
of
on him.
questions, but we're trying. We're trying to keep up with the chat. There's so many questions coming in. We're
I don't
trying
think.
to answer all of them as best as we can.
Yeah, if it's that Corky, see Rudy and all wanted him. And let me tell you another story we never talked about. When they killed Diamato, they took him to Rudy's house to cut him up. I didn't want to talk about it because of the family. But Rudy got so paranoid at one time, jackhammered his whole garage because he was afraid that he heard about a new infrared light that they could find blood spots.
Yeah,
He's out there jackhammering the whole garage with guys, painting everything over.
removing the
Then they
concrete.
took him. They took him and buried him. They never found his body.
Shout out to Southie in the house. Was Jimmy in with Flemmy?
You talk about Flemmy from Boston. The only Boston guys I know is Bobby Louise, Johnny Avaletta, Anthony Avaletta. I'm sorry. I know a couple of guys up there, but no really crime there. Jack would know them all up there. I go to City Island a lot for the lobster. But no, I didn't know Flemmy. I wasn't in with Flemmy. No problem.
Hey, listen, we have Mr. Tony Pizza in the chat. No, you're not getting the link. We seen your video. You're a fraud. Stay away, please. Get out of the chat. We try to
Anthony.
be nice, but
You
you
can't.
wanted to post up a
Let
stupid
me ask you
video and
something.
tag us.
Are you really a man? Are you
Yeah,
a
I seen
trans?
him. He's an old man smoking a cigarette in a beat down car, driving around with
Somebody
no
said that's the
lights.
guy they said lives in the car.
Yeah, that's what they said. I don't know. I can't confirm that,
Listen,
but I seen him today driving the car.
give him a pass. Give him a
Yeah.
pass. He's slow. He's a brokester. This is his big night out.
That's the only thing we're gonna say about him.
It's
We're
it,
gonna leave
Tony.
him alone from now on. Thank you for everybody for
J.
warning us. We appreciate that, but you will not get a name off of this channel. Appreciate that. Do you know Blackie?
There was a blackie that was he died on a crap table shooting dice. Is that the one you're talking about? There's a couple blackies.
Is that the one you're talking about? Let me know in the
He
chat.
died right in the casino.
Let me
Charlie
know in
Big
the chat.
Ears. Charlie
DeBro
Big Ears.
1102. Charlie Big Ears is reputed boss. Charlie Stango is reputed underboss.
There you go.
There
Like
you
I
go.
said, look at
Thank you
me.
for
I'm
that,
living a
DeBro.
normal life. When I first got out, I would go on these things and watch and listen and Google. Jerry Capisi, I go on, read what he says every Thursday. Wait, I don't want my name to come out. My daughters thought Daddy was the best guy in the world. I go to every PTA meeting. One's in a play. They both play softball. We go swim team. So why pick on me? I changed my life. I did everything right. I do a lot for the community. I do a
Yeah.
lot. I do a lot. I donate a lot. St. Jude's. I go on and on. I don't need to pat myself on the back. I know what the fuck I am. They don't know
And
what the
guys,
fuck they are.
let's speak on that real quick. So once this channel is monetized and everything is all said and done, Jimmy actually told me himself that he wants his proceeds to go to St. Jude's. He wants a big percentage of his proceeds going to St. Jude's Hospital. He is very firm on that. So people understand where his heart is coming from. Back to the question, what you gonna do? Jimmy,
It
did
was
you meet
St.
Kevin
Jude's.
Weeks?
Hold on. It's St. Jude's, and I encourage everybody to donate to them. And Labana, they're handling one handles cancer kids, and one hand is kids with like blood disorders. Or really, my little one, they saved her life. She's still, but when I tell you, if you have extra money, donate to these people.
Shout out to them. Shout out to them. What you gonna do? Jimmy, did you meet Kevin Weeks? And what was your impression of him?
Where is Kevin from? I heard the name.
Let us know where he's from, people. Let us know where he's from. Um, Let us know in the chat.
My eyes are getting worse and worse.
Sean McCarthy is the biggest fraud out here. I'm assuming
That's
they're
the
talking.
pizza guy. Everybody,
Oh,
listen,
let's get
I
out
had
of here
over
with
a
him,
I
please.
had I had podcast guys all telling me
Let's get off of
he's
him,
a
please,
washed up
please.
$3 bill.
Let's get off of him. If I was able to block him in the chat, I would.
He's probably a baby raper. That's why he's watching.
Well, I can't confirm that, so I won't put it. I
I
won't put a
said
name on
probably.
anybody.
Well, to talk like that to a guy that's talking about his kid, and then you want to throw things in, you're a sick bastard.
Oh
Well,
man,
so
everybody's
I,
abusing him in the chat. They are abusing him in the
I
chat.
mean, he's a jerk off. What are you gonna do? Well, hey, anybody cooking out there? I'm hungry.
Anybody cooking some food out there? Guys, listen, throw some ones in the chat, man, if you're enjoying. I know we're new to this, but we're trying. We're learning from each other. We're making mistakes, and it's okay. That's the whole point. In order to grow, you need to make mistakes. So we're here. We're just telling the story. I'm not a expert host, and I get it, but you know what? We're having fun. We're reminiscing. We're
Let me get a
we're we're
Coke.
enjoying your questions. T-bone steak and a few. Wow, thank you so much. That sounds good. That definitely sounds good. Shout out to everybody in the chat. While he stepped up, let's look through some of these questions. It says I missed mad questions, but let me see. What about Whitey's muscle, John Shea or Shea? I think it was O'Shea, or maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, his nickname was Red, I believe. He had a few interviews. I've seen it.
Hey,
Did you know
hey,
about him?
Sirix, we're gonna bring you on. You seem to know more than me, practically. Again, that crew up there, we went up there. Jack says, where you at? We meet on that corner, show him what we had, work out a price. He'll look at me and I'll say, yeah, and it's done. Then what? Like one time there was a place they bought us to get a lobster roll, and that's the extent. I didn't want to do business with nobody. Why
Yeah.
do I need to talk?
Uh,
Not that I thought he was bad, not in a long shot, but it's just the less you say in the mob, the better you are.
I mean, think about it, people. If you guys are out there committing crimes, right? Are you guys going to be running to every single person, boasting the crimes that you just committed? I mean, Is it just him? Are you putting him on a different pedestal? I mean, is he supposed to go and tell every single person he knows, this is what I did, this is what I'm about, I killed this person, I didn't kill that person, I robbed this person, I didn't. What is it that
That's a good way
you
to get
think?
100 years. That's a good
Shout
way to
out
get
to
100
Kevin.
years.
Kevin said yes, Shangri-La.
What does that mean?
I guess that was his question from
Charlie?
before. Yes, Charlie Shangri-La.
I don't know. There was Joey Scafani, not Joey Scafani, Charlie Majuri, and then Tinia. I don't know who's in charge. Again, 25 years I'm away from these guys.
Yeah,
What the only thing I can tell you is what I read. And I haven't been reading up on them because they were so small. And that was one of my biggest mistakes. I hooked up with a small outfit. And like when I was away with Louis Ha, he said the same thing to me. What are you doing with them? They're like farmers. Oh, well, they got another nickname for them, the glorified family, or whatever you want to call it. And he was right. I mean, but we did like when I had to have a sit down with somebody to get my money. They paid
yeah,
Rudy. Rudy was well respected. So was Joe, but Joe was just a wise guy. But Rudy was a captain, so he got a little more respect. But he always collected my money for me. Like
rest in
about somebody
peace,
got
Rudy.
jammed up, and who you with? I'm with Rudy. Okay, have him come get the money. You show up. Nicky Corral's was one of them. His nephew got jammed up with me. Big, tall, skinny kid. Got jammed up. I said, go see my uncle if you want your money. He thought I wasn't around nobody. They take shots at you like that.
Yeah,
And that's what I'm saying. It's not supposed to be this way. Well, you're not a gangster. You're a thief. You take shots at people. You bet, you lose. You don't pay. But if you win, you collect it quick. But
yeah.
you're slow on paying. Because your uncle's a captain and he can tell the guy to go fuck himself. Well, wrong. Rudy came forward. It's my money. He's running my office. Okay.
Pay it. Shout out to Anthony. Learn as you go. You're doing fine. We appreciate it. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Anthony. Thank you very
Shout out
much.
to Kevin for this question. Did you know Larry Martiri? Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. Sorry.
Where was he from?
Where
Do you
was he
know?
from? Give us some more in the chat, please, if you can. And listen, guys, we've been online an hour and 21 minutes. We want to say thank you to all the people that's been staying in here with us. Thank you to everybody that's been supporting us for day one. But once again, we've been online an hour and 21 minutes. Everyone who says that they exposed Mr. Easy, I don't see no one here. The link is easily posted in the chat. No one showed up. So please, if you're going to speak on him or you're going to say that he's a fraud or whatever it is,
Step up to the plate.
step up. Tell him
Put
what
up
he's
a
a fraud
shutout.
on. Tell him
You got.
tell him what he's doing wrong. We
I
would love
showed
to
my
hear it.
paperwork. Now, if you got something that I'm saying I did, I didn't do, or whatever, prove it. I proved my end. That's why I was luring people. 5,000. I'll let you 2-1 odds because I had the evidence in my pocket. You understand?
Yeah,
And you know
yeah,
what? Proctor did, and I'll tell you, I had doubts that he was going to be honest because I thought he was biased. But no, he did the right thing like a real journalist and read it and told the truth. I
exactly. Shout outs
got
to
to give him
Proctor.
that, without a
We're
doubt.
gonna we're gonna go on his show. He's either gonna come on ours. He's probably gonna call us tomorrow or sometime this week. We're looking forward to the call, but we'll definitely get into that. Everybody, go look at his video. He confirmed everything Jimmy said. The paperwork was sent over to him. For the people that just came into the chat, everything was true, factual. So shout out to Cool Out AC. Did Jimmy ever go to Belmont Racetrack?
I lived there practically. Elmont, Long Island. I raced there. I won races there with my horses. I won a race one time with Disaster Master, and you could Google it. Okay. We had this horse revved up, ready to run. When that man said go, took the lead. I think it was 30 or 40-1. There was a horse in the race. Ben Perkin was the trainer, top Maryland trainer. He brought in a horse that was 1-2 favorite. So we're in the paddock. We're saddling the horse, and John Tamara the third. That was my trainer. JT Tree, they called him. It was like and he says to the jockey, he says, listen, get her on her toes before you put him in the gate, wake him up. Wake him up, put him in the gate. When a man says go, don't look back. This horse is, he's a runner. And when he got challenged, disaster, that's what he had heart.
Yeah.
And when he got challenged, he went neck and neck, right to the heart. Boom, we win the race. I got 2,000 win, 2,000 place, 2,000. Now, remind you, that's 80 grand right there. The purse was 150,000.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, inquiry coming down the stretch. Robbie Davis was on the other horse. I had brought a jockey in that was a Maryland jockey because New York, they're pretty cliquish. I was bought with Jersey horses because they were cheaper horses too. And they're easier to win. So they put up an inquiry. All of a sudden, they disqualified him, placed him second. Damon Leeds coming down the stretch, hitting the whip, accidentally hit Robbie Davis's leg. And he claimed foul, and they took him down. Out-of-state trainer, out-of-state jock, took him down, placed him second. That was a big race in New York, in Belmont. Aqueduct, baby.
Shout out to Big Joe the Barber 3. Shout out. Jimmy, how'd you get the nickname Easy? We already spoke on that earlier, but you probably came in the chat a little late. He made his money easy. That's why they called him that. That was one of the reasons.
Easy to piss off.
Let's see what else we got. Did you ever go to the Garden State racetrack?
Absolutely. Keystone. Well, no, Garden State, I was there too. I won a one horse. Google it. Going for Glory. I put a kid on there, jockey. His father, his uncle was the guy that cut Al Capone's face. Joseph Galluccio was the jockey's name. The guy that cut his face was Frank Galluccio. So his nickname was Boo Boo from Carroll Street. Everybody knew him.
Yeah.
President Street. Everybody, your mother knew him. He just passed away. He got kicked by another horse. He was no more jockey. He got kicked by a horse and died. But I'll go back to that. So he's riding this horse. He says, "Come on, come on, come on." He was not a top jockey.
Yeah.
He says, "Let me ride this horse. Let me ride this horse." I said, "Okay, I'm gonna put you on a horse, cheap horse, like a $5,000 claimer." You know, the gate opened, and now you knew time fractions in races like Garden State Parkway. He went 21-2 the first quarter. That's fast. The black-eyed Bubba next to me, the groom, he said, "The hell's this boy on a rocket ship? You know, you're gonna burn him out." Turnfall, and that horse is still running. His name was Joseph Galluccio. He was a jockey from South Brooklyn. Nobody would give him a shot no more. He really wasn't a good jockey. I'll tell you a quick story. When he started as an apprentice in New York, he was hot as fire, but he had no nerve. Coming around the turn, you're doing approximately 38 to 40 miles an hour on those horses. So coming around a turn, a lot of jocks seem to like, whoa, you know, because I exercised, you know. I had no problem galloping them. I like horses. And Joey one day got, my brother John grew up with him, and Pluto. And he said, "I'm going to win these races." So his father was his biggest fan, and he had all the right to be. Come from nothing, became a fan, you know. And he wins the first race. The second race, now it's the daily double. The first, second race, he wins and gets disqualified. His father made him walk home. He took the train home. That was the truth. You Google all this.
Shout out to the 3-6. Shout out. Is Proctor really controlled by the Gottis?
Honestly, after today, he showed, hey, you know what? I'm going to tell the truth. So I had question, and I'll always tell you the truth. You ask me a question, I'll tell you the truth. I had doubt. And Brooklyn could tell you. I even said, listen, everybody's sending me messages. You know, just like he said today. Oh, Chris told me today. Chris is still spilling his guts. He's got diarrhea in the mouth. It can't stop.
And guys, I want to ask you something. Okay, I just want to ask you something, and give me your opinions in the chat. So Chris Colombo and all these people, they say they don't deal with rats, and listen, I get it. That's fine. But you're telling a journalist / reporter information about someone else's crimes and what they did. What do you guys consider that? Do you guys consider that a rat or not, just because it's not a officer? Or I mean, we're talking about a journalist that disseminates all their information to the public. Do
He's
you
did it to
guys
everybody
consider that?
though. He's did it to a lot of guys though. He's like he's gonna be to me the next Jerry Capisi. He really is pretty thorough. Like when he said I'll get back to you tomorrow, it took him 3 days. And I says, forget it. He jumped ship. He's gonna, you know, I had doubts. But he came on there 3 days later, didn't even tell us already. And all of a sudden he just told the truth.
Yeah. Shout out to Twizzler 4998. Do you ever get into Greyhound racing?
No, they're fixed. Let me tell you, easy as to fix the Greyhound races. And they're cheap. You could buy or claim 150 and on it 2 grand. They do is it's rigged by the people that run that tracks most of the time. There's 8 hot dogs. Okay, if you take 5 of those dogs and you feed them a pail of water, and listen to me, I know about gambling corruption. If
Yeah.
you feed that dog a pail of water before the race, because you got to stop feeding him in the morning to race in the evening, he's going to run maybe 100 yards and it's like you running after 8. A
Yeah.
dog, you got, yeah, and that's what they do. So they'll give 5 of them water. The other 3 no. So who's going to be the top 3? You know the triple already. Just box it, and you'll notice when those triples come out, and then semi long shots, it's a cheap payoff because so many people hit it. More bets, the less you get paid.
Shout out to Southern Skies 777. Nino, did you know Nadu was talking a bunch of shit about Jimmy on live? Jimmy was in the chat. Nadu wouldn't let him on and blocked him. Oh yeah, let's speak about that. I'm gonna speak
And
about
why?
that.
Look, I got no animosity. Listen, this is his gig, and he does a good job. But to block me for what? I wasn't gonna get on there and bash him. I'm not gonna belittle myself to that level. I'll say it here. You're wrong for doing that. And I don't know why.
Yeah. And listen, I was in the chat. I read a bunch of the comments. I actually seen Jimmy saying a lot of them were funny. He takes it like a grain of salt. But I also seen a comment where, he came out a little nasty and said, "Oh, don't be posting your channel in here. We're not trying to give you any views or whatever." And the thing that I don't understand, like if he don't remember, maybe he smokes. I don't know. I smoke, so I forget some stuff. This man asked you, well, I wouldn't say asked you, but he said, I didn't even know Jimmy Easy had a YouTube channel. So Jimmy posted the channel on there. He wasn't looking for views or wasn't looking for, any handouts, because that's not him. He's been on interviews that are 7 times bigger than you. 7 times. Out of the gracious of his heart, he went and watched your interview because he chose to. He was in the chat. He was speaking to your subscribers. Never said anything bad. Kept it respectful. People were telling you to bring him on, and you chose not to. You said that you wasn't going to bring JR on because he wasn't on camera. Jimmy's on camera every minute. So
I
what's
ain't got
the
nothing to hide.
excuse? There's no excuse. He was in there. The man is not a fraud. Now what? Now you heard it from a journalist outside of us, somebody that you guys say is a part of the Gotti crew, which is okay. But now you heard it from them. So are you going to be the one to say, hey, listen, you know what, man, what I said about Jimmy or the way I felt was wrong? Jimmy did those things. He's not proud of it. He's remorseful of it. Are you going to be a man and say, you know what, he's the real deal? Probably not, because you guys don't have balls like that. But I just wanted to put that out there. We did watch your interview. It was a great interview. But man, you don't need to bash people all the time, because the reality is no one did anything to you. We watched it because we thought it was going to be great.
Yeah, I want when somebody told me besides this guy he blocked me. I'm like, but why? I'm not even arguing with him. He's bashing me or making jokes, because it was still unknown. I'll give him that. But You ever hear like the Hollywood ways, like, give a guy a benefit of the doubt before you label him? And you know, I learned another good thing. I'm never too old to learn. And Hollywood Way, when I first came out, I came out as Zach Caruso about my book. I didn't want my real name to come out because I was ashamed of my
Yeah,
crimes. And
of course.
then when
As
everybody
you
started,
should.
and then when everybody started bashing me, that's when I said, you know what? I got to come out my real name. Just tell them this. And then they didn't want to believe that because half of these kids on here, probably in their 30s or 40s, I left the life 25 years ago. What were they? 10? What did you know about besides comic books?
Oh, like that guy, Jim, that said he slapped you around way
Yeah,
back
he was
then.
born in
We did the
1993.
years. The kid would have been 8 years old, but he slapped you at 8 years old. Okay, let's just put
Internet
this up there.
company.
Let's blast this dummy, Bobby B W4E. Nobody ever heard of this guy. He's a joke. So once again,
Ask him how
why
old he
are you
is.
in here, brother? If
Why?
you
I'll ask
feel
him how
that
old
way,
is he?
why are you in here?
And
I
who
don't
is
get it.
he? Ask him. Why don't he put his real name? If you're this big gangster and this mob boss, why you just got B on it? Is that for bitch or Bobby? Oh, Bobby. Why don't you show your face? Don't
I
be a
mean, I don't
B.
understand. You're
Is
wasting
it?
your time
You know who
coming
he
in
was?
here.
You remember in jail, you got the snitches tapping at the CEO's leg and giving him a note. That's it. Those notes are like snitch notes. That's what Chris Colombo did and Angelo. That's all they did. They're keeping it real. Their father's rolling in his grave. They're sending messages to private investigators to talk about the mob life, and she's talking about the mob life. John would have went ballistic.
Amen to that. Queens Dugout, shout out to you. Jimmy is real. I'm from Queens. We appreciate that.
Thanks, bro.
Shout out to Bobby. It's good comedy. Listen, we're all about comedy,
Straight
but
shooter. I talk
you
right from
know,
my heart. What's on my lung is on my tongue.
just makes no sense. It's like some of you people wake up just to, just to hurt somebody else or bash somebody else and wonder why you have no positivity in your life.
But like
Be
that,
nice to people, man.
like people, all the other podcasts, Jimmy, you're the hottest thing out there, and good. You need more haters. So come on, haters, keep pie typing.
Bring it on.
Bring it
That's what
on.
this was about
Just
today. This live
look at
was
it this
about
way:
exposing all the haters today.
every time you click haters, you're sending money to St. Jude's. Honestly, I never brought that up. He did. I'm not looking for no glorify.
Thank
I'm
you.
not looking for that. He brought that up. I didn't have to bring that up. Most guys be up there saying everything I get is going to. No, I don't need to brag about it. I'm here to have fun, talk about my crimes, and clear the air.
There
Some of
you
it don't
go.
like it. Like I said, there's an off button.
Shout out to Queen's Dugout. Hey, listen, you know what? Queen's Dugout. Let me elaborate on that. I actually just said that. I don't know if you just got into the chat, but I said that about 20 minutes ago. And he was a menace in Brooklyn. So there you go. Somebody from Queens. I don't know them. Queens Dugout. They said the same thing. You see, sometimes things confirm on its own without you even trying.
And you know what? I don't even know these guys. And honestly, they're right. I was a piece of trash. The way I act like an idiot. God forgive me. I act like an idiot. That's all I'll say. And I'm not proud of it. I'm not here to glorify who did more work. I'm here just to talk to Brooklyn.
Yep.
You know, and whoever don't like, whoever's got derogatory, just tell your story walking.
And do it live. Whatever questions you got, nothing can be edited. Shout out to Paul Carly H32, sending you the shout out that you asked for. We greatly appreciate you watching. Hopefully you share the
Thank
channel.
you, Paul.
Listen, guys, we've been on for about an hour and 38 minutes now. I want to take this time to say a few things. Everyone, go purchase Hitman Tells All on Amazon. $16.99 for the book, $5.99 for the Kindle. Everyone, go subscribe to the new YouTube channel, Jimmy Easy Mafia Life. Go follow Jimmy on TikTok and Instagram. He answers them personally. I do answer some, but most of the time he answers them personally. Jimmy _easy _Sirocco on TikTok and Instagram. Okay, we don't have Facebook right now, so we'll be getting that up and running soon, very soon. Once again, Matthew Cox breaking records today. Jimmy Easy's new interview came out, over 8,000 views when I checked. That was about 2 hours ago. I'm sure he's probably over 10,000. Amazing interview. Go check it out. Matthew Cox, True Crimes.
Yeah, Matt sent me a text. He said, "Phenomenal numbers you're doing." And we only did one drop. He says, "I can't believe it."
Shout out to Nino.
Just be
Jimmy's
honest.
worth
Talk
about
about
10
your
million for
life.
all you haters. I don't know about that,
Jimmy's
Jim. You
worth
worth
about
10
10.
million, brother? Because if so,
No,
we got to talk.
no, brother, not yet. But maybe at the end of when it's time to kick the bucket, maybe 10 years, yeah.
Well, when I get out there, I'm gonna need about $20. So put it to the side for me. If you're worth about 10 million, I need about 20. That
Well,
means the whole 4 days I'm in your house,
listen, I
dinner's on
taught
you.
you, and I'm gonna teach people out there. You know what Rudy used to tell me? Remember 3 little words, and you'll never be broke. Stick them up. It worked. Part time.
uh no, we don't want to remember those words.
No, I'm just saying, guys out there want to make money. Not tell anybody to commit a crime. Don't do it. Listen to me. There's doorbells, cameras. You got everybody's got phone, iPhone or Android or whatever the hell they got in their
Yeah.
hands. So they hear a gunshot, everybody's filming. Eh, You
Yeah.
you think you're at a race at the marathon? If they heard a shot, they start filming.
Well, listen, to be fair, if I hear gunshots, I'm running. I'm not filming. I'm
Yeah,
going to be honest.
I'm
They
turning my
said nobody
back.
can back you up, Jim. Well, I'll answer that. Go watch the James Proctor
Yeah,
interview. It was released today. All his paperwork was put out, and clearly that journalist said everything was real. So go watch the interview and shut the hell up.
yeah. I mean, for now on,
Do
anybody
your
talks about that. For
homework.
now on, I'm past that stage. Let's not even talk.
Exactly.
Ignore them when they talk.
Do the homework. We just want to give listen, we're here to give everybody the stage, not just the good comments. We're even going to let up the people who bash, but we're going to bash you right back.
But even civilians, like the lady that cooks and's got my sausage and peppers, I can't stop there. Tell her, come on. She could be a civilian, anybody. We're not
Actually,
here.
she's writing about Nadu in the background. So shout out to her. And once again, listen, man, we don't got nothing against no one. Jimmy will sit down at the table with anyone and answer any question. Period. Guys, we're going to be finishing up in a few. We've been on for about 1 hour and 41 minutes. We went way over time, but listen, we was enjoying it with you guys. We really hope you guys enjoyed it too, man. We
Look at the
really
last
do.
comment. This is a
That's
robbery.
what I just put up. This is a robbery. Everyone be calm. We just want the money. We do not want to hurt no one.
My famous words were, "It's a
That
robbery.
was
Let's not make
funny.
it it's a robbery. Let's not make it a homicide." And they cooperated.
Jimmy said he's going to get a tattoo on his hand and it's going to say, "It is what it is." Tell him,
That's
Jim.
right. I think a tattoo. It is what it is. 'Cause
It is
it's
what it is.
that's right.
Let's see. Shout out to Patrick Shane 4545. Jimmy, I enjoy watching you on Dom's show. I hope you come back on with him. Well,
We will. We will.
yeah. Actually, I just received word today. We will be doing something next weekend. Um, well, next week, I don't know what day we're going to be going on his schedule, but we did speak today. We love Dom's channel. He's doing great things for the genre. We appreciate him bringing Jimmy on and giving him
He's
the
gonna build
platform
my
to tell
muscles
his
too.
story, as well as everybody else. Everybody who brought Jimmy on to their platform to tell his story, we thank you. We appreciate it. That's what it's about. Why can't we all do this together? YouTube is a platform where I believe it's going to be the search of the century. In the future, they're trying to make YouTube the biggest platform ever. Nowadays, nobody even watches TV anymore. Everybody's just strictly on YouTube, because I know I am. So understand, we can all eat together. That's what it's about. Says, bring on somebody who knows you. Believe me, we are. And when we do, we want to make sure that you and your stupidity is in the chat
Hey, wait.
saying sorry.
Ask if they want to bet. Anybody?
Oh, yeah. You want to put up a
Well,
few
bring them
dollars,
on the
Mr.
show,
Bobby?
and I'll show it.
You want to put up a few bucks? You got some money? You want to put up a few bucks? I'll give you the Cash App card. You load it onto that. We'll match it. And then when you look stupid, all we
I'll
ask for you
double
to
it.
do
I'll
is
double it.
apologize.
2 to 1, 2 to 1. Grab it now. Take Brooklyn's money. Come on,
No,
girls.
Easy's
Whatever.
money. Shout out to Kimberly. Always a pleasure, Jimmy. We love you, Kimberly. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sweetie.
Thank you. What do we got here? Jimmy, be easy. Brooklyn for life. Good night, everyone. Good night, my brother. Thank you for
Good night,
staying with
brother.
us.
Sleep
Thank you.
tight.
You
God
was in the
bless.
chat for the whole time. Guys, we're going to finish it up. We're going to take like 2 or 3 more questions, get them answered quick. We're going to be doing this Q&A a lot. We hope people keep joining in. We love to, give you guys what you want. Whatever you ask for, whatever you want to ask Jimmy Easy, he's going to answer. Jimmy, what type of cars do you prefer
Toyota.
to drive when when you were in the life? I didn't finish the question.
In the life, I kept 2 always vehicles. I had this stupid thing. You're gonna laugh. I believed I didn't want a car with a trunk. Mob, that's the thing, like to put you in the trunk. So I drove a Jeep Wrangler all the time. I'm going to tell you. I didn't drive these flashy Jaguar, BM. It drew attention. See, that's why a lot of people might have thought I was broke too. Joe Smith used to tell me, you make the money at night, in the basement, walk around, $5 shirts. He said, because the more you got, these whatever he called them, vultures are going to look away how they can hustle it out of you. Joe was a mole. He was a teacher too. If he liked you, which very few people he liked. Chris was one of them. I was one of them. And when he did, he would preach to you like a real wise guy and take you for a walk and try to teach you. But was that just much?
that was just somebody. Shout out to Anthony. Jimmy is a straight up guy. Thank you. We appreciate it. We glad
Thank
you
you, Anthony.
acknowledge that. Yes, you're right, Southern Skies. Jimmy and me, we both need to go eat. We've been on with you guys for a long time. Guys, thank you so much for coming into the live. Thank you so much for all the questions. We're going to be getting out of here. Remember, Amazon, $6.99. Hitman Tells All. Where's the book, Jimmy? You got the book?
Hold
Show
on
him the
now.
book, Jimmy. Hitman Tells All in Amazon, $16.99, $5.99 for the book. I mean, for the Kindle version. Everyone go check it out. Everyone told me it's a great book. I read it myself. It was great. Amazing stories. Jimmy, were any of your family relatives also in the mafia? Shout out to James Bismarck, 6772.
Well, my mother's side, her grandfather, my grandfather, her father. Yeah, and he did 25 years for murder. He had car service on Avenue X of McDonald, right by the Yale there. And my cousin Joey Powell, he's the one that killed that black transit cop. You remember the big racial thing on Avenue X?
Yeah.
He was in it, and he was on America's Most Wanted. He was hiding up in Florida, and then they moved him to Italy. Then he turned himself in. He took 25 years. What happened was they were having a neighborhood whites, blacks, and this poor guy was a transit worker coming home at night in their neighborhood. There was a problem because something with the Marlboro Projects or something. It was years ago. So my cousin Joey and Rusty, they take a pipe and they split this guy's head open and he dies. He was a family man with 3 kids coming home, a transit cop, a transit worker. And make a long story, he was Bo America, Joey Powell, look it up. It was a bad case. So my grandfather tried to get my father to sell raffle tickets to help raise money for the kid.
Yeah.
But the raffle tickets were fake. Nobody was going to win. My father said, listen, Gito Ligori, Gito, I'll give you the money. I don't want to deceive my friends. Do you know he stopped talking to my father?
Wow.
Yeah, sick. Because we didn't want to fool our people. We had Howard Beach Deli, Howard Beach people. Everybody knew us. We want to sell them tickets that they can't win. So it only raised 500. My father said, I'll give you the 500. It's not the principal. So,
Shout out to Paul Carley. Is your parents from Sicily?
Not them directly. No, their parents are. Our roots are, but mom and dad was born here.
There you go, guys. We're about to end it up. Watching videos 3-3. How did you get your nickname? We spoke on that. He got his nickname for making money easy. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the live. We're going to get off now. We appreciate everyone for staying in here with us for an hour and 48 minutes. We really hope you enjoyed the content. We hope you come back. Shout out to all the good Mafia podcasters out there. We're looking forward to doing things with you guys. Thank you so much, Sarax, for always showing love. Zach Caruso is Jimmy Easy when the feds gave him his informant name. Elaborate on that real quick. Somebody's asking.
Okay, my real name is James Sirocco, Jimmy. And when I went in the Federal Witness Protection Program, they took me to Washington, the safe house, and they washed all my identity over to Zach Caruso. So if they tried to find me, but then they moved me to multiple states to make sure I wasn't being tailed. And each state I went to I had one driver's license just for traveling, my traveling ID. Because if they see me in the airport and they find somebody who works there, hey, what was the name of that traveler? Okay. I think it was Mike Jones or Mike Douglas or something simple. And then I had ones each state I went to, they gave me a state ID card because I couldn't get a car yet because I'm just they only put you a couple of weeks here, and then a couple of weeks they bounce you to another state, then bounce you to another state, and then your destination. Make sure nobody's onto you. And now I think it's a little bit in case any of the marshals are dirty.
Yeah.
I'm going through 20 different hands before I get to my destination.
Which is possible.
And yes, but the thing is, if you're a dirty marshal and you hand me over from my first place was Vermont. Then from there, I went to Oklahoma. Then from there, I went to Boulder. My first destination was San Antonio, but I breached my security there, and they shipped me to Arkansas.
There you go, people. We answered everything we could.
That's the name. You think my mom and dad would have named me Zach Italian?
Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you guys. We're going to be jumping off. Jimmy needs to eat. I need to eat. Guys, tune in next time. We're sorry for the short notice, but we didn't know we was coming on today, but we're happy we did. We got to speak to a bunch of subscribers. We're grateful. Once again, Matthew Cox, True Crimes interview out today. I'm sure it's over 10,000 already. It's only been out for about 4 hours. Go check it out. Amazing interview. Jimmy, leave something so we can get out of here. Leave something positive.
I want to thank you all and stay safe out there. And again, you young kids, the streets are off limits. Too many cameras, too many people telling. Just do the right thing and live a normal life. You know what I'm saying? Your parents are your best friend. I could preach all day long. As you get older, that's what you do. And I want to thank you all for subscribing, buying my book, supporting me through this show. And I want to thank everybody. Have a good night and God bless.
Thank you. Anthony, we're going to end it with you. Brooklyn, you have a long goodbye. Absolutely. So this time it is final, Anthony. Thank you for staying with us, man. We appreciate you. Goodbye. Salute to everyone. See you next time.
And
Jimmy, thank you, brother.
Fight for our country.
Everyone, enjoy your day. We'll see you this weekend.
Thank you, folks. God bless.